Hello, my Earth Angel friends. Reverend Elvia here, founder of AngelsTeach.com, and happy holidays, everyone. Such an exciting time of year where we are filled with joy and light and all things good. At least, that's what we think we're supposed to be focused on. Many of us are, but it's also a difficult time of year, so this is a perfect time for you to get a message from your angels. This month, I left it entirely up to our Living with the Angels members on our Facebook group and asked them, what do you want to use for objects this month? And left it completely and entirely up to them. So a little bit of improvisation here because we're still living by the beautiful ocean and not in our main home, so I don't have all of my supplies, but suffice to say, it's perfect, and our angels give us exactly what we need. So our objects this month are a star, beautiful star, eh? A tree branch. This was actually one of the #1 choices, was a tree branch. This is an evergreen from our home in Massachusetts that I brought down to decorate here. And then the other top one was a magic wand. And I do have magic wands, of course. And yet I don't have any here. So as I was getting ready this morning, it became clear to me that my magic wand today is a curling iron. And it's a magic wand because I left my brush, I left some other hair supplies in Massachusetts, and I was thinking, oh my goodness, am I going to be able to tape this today? And so truly my magic wand for today is my curling iron. So it'll be interesting to see what message comes through from our angels with respect to that one. So go ahead and choose one of those 3 objects. The message for you today at this time is going to be either the star, the tree branch, or the curling iron, aka magic wand. And I know that it can be tempting to say, you know what, I want a message from all of them. And you probably could get a message and will get a message from all of them, but choose just one because the ego loves to say, well, let's do it all. And our angels are always, always, always helping us to focus, helping us to prioritize on what is essential and what is needed right now. So just choose one of these objects, and of course, you know, you can go back to this video, and I encourage you to go back to it tomorrow, next week, whenever you feel inspired and feel like the message needs to shift for you. We are going to start off our readings with the star. So for those of you star people, this is a message for you. And I am using Tony Carmen Salerno's Wisdom Oracle deck. Beautiful deck. We use this in our Angel Communication Masters training, and been very prominent for me. The angels have been directing me to use this deck quite a bit lately. So the card for you is interesting. As I've mentioned before, how the card comes forward many times has a message as well. And it took some time for that message. I don't even know what it is yet. I haven't turned it over. But it took some time for that card to come forward, and it ended up being the card on the bottom of the deck. So it could have been really easy to go right to if I just selected the last card, but I didn't. So anyway, let's see what it is. Oceana. Oh, beautiful. And you'll notice, of course, that beautiful star right at the top of her crown, right here, gorgeous. And you know, this is a message for you star people. And of course, I'm immediately drawn to my surroundings here. You know, I asked the angels if they wanted me to do this reading outside, and they said, no, which didn't feel like a solid no. So I'm not at all surprised to be standing out here with my laptop showing you the beautiful view outside of the ocean. So soothing, so beautiful, so wonderful. So very applicable to you star people. I'm going to go back inside and finish up this reading for you. All right, so the message for you star people from the Oceana card is, I'm hearing, go with the flow. Yes, a message we hear so often, and yet I'm hearing, because I combine this, of course, with the star and the symbology of the star, earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. And there's a part of you that has lost touch with those elemental things, those foundational things in life. And I'm hearing that you're very much in your head. And this is a busy time of year for a lot of folks. You know, you got a task list that is, 1,000 miles long. And, this is about really following that guidance, going back to the star on the top of her head, really, really plugging into that and allowing your angels to set the priorities for what's important for you. Let go of what you think is important and just go with what your angels are saying. You know what? This is your priority today. I don't care what you had on your calendar or your list today. This is a priority for you, whatever that is. So, message for you, star people, is to get out of the head and into the heart, following that guidance that comes in through the crown chakra, which is interesting because, of course, that's part of the head, and yet it's connected to those chakras that bring us down into the heart chakra. So go with the flow by allowing that flow to come in through the crown from your angelic guidance and flow through you to the heart, knowing your heart is like that organ that knows, yes, this is right, yes, this is right, or perhaps not. And it continues to flow down in what we call the current of manifestation as the energy flows from the heavens down through the chakras and out through the root chakra, grounding you to the earth plane. So your angels are your key to helping you manifest a life that's all about going with the flow, and it's all about following that guidance. So the next message is for those of you who chose the evergreen tree branch. It's already dripping needles. Beautiful, beautiful branch. And the card for you is coming right away is compassion. Wow. First thing hitting me with this card is it's like a dandelion, the center of this cross. It's like a dandelion, in the summer it just goes like poof, and then all those little parts of the flower spread and spread and spread and blow through the air and, plant seeds in other yards. And this is so much about spreading that essence of compassion and realizing that as you step into that heart space that's all about compassion and align your choices, your behaviors, your decisions with that compassion, that you infect, like that little dandelion, you infect everybody around you. And many times those seeds that you are planting land in yards and places that you would never predict. They could be picked up by a bird and carried 3 miles down. So translation is that the compassionate space that you choose and act and behave from is going to does infect people and places and things that you can't even predict. And that's the magic of it. That's the magic of compassion, because it has such a far-reaching effect. And when you think of the global community, if we all act from that heart space, what I'm envisioning is like this wrapping the whole earth, all of humanity, all of life in this beautiful, warm, compassionate hug that is protecting, that is caring for, and ensuring the joy of all involved. So the message for you is that, yes, this can be a challenging, sometimes stressful, often stressful time of year, and this is your invitation to choose from that place of compassion, to be that light in a world that can feel stressful and challenging. And the tree branch is, interesting little message here, is about remembering to go outside and take a break when things get a little too much. And nature is such an important grounding mechanism, such an important way for us to step into that place of compassion and peace and just let go. You know, we can be inside and the conversations can get heated up, and we can feel stressed and all of that. And when we go outside and touch a tree, hug a tree, walk on the grass, you know, sniff the pines or whatever it is that, you know, you feel guided to do, it brings you into that place of centered balance immediately. So for those of you who picked the tree branch, remember to get outdoors and be that guiding light of compassion that is spreading throughout all of the universe, and I'm hearing through all of eternity. So how cool is that? Last and far from least, I'm very interested to see what's going to happen with this. I've already gotten part of the message, and yet I'm curious to see what the rest of it is. Curling iron, magic wand. The card for you people is acceptance, which totally fits with what I was picking up on. And by the way, because I don't think I clarified it well enough before, how a card comes forward is relevant because it tells you how that message may be processed. In other words, with the Oceana card, that was a really obvious one at the bottom of the deck, and yet took a long time to come through, because going with the flow is often like that, right? You know, it's such an obvious thing, but not necessarily easy to execute, and sometimes takes time to get there. So this card, the acceptance card for the curling iron, actually came forward stuck to another card, and I'm just looking at that one now. It's amethyst wings. So interesting. I'm actually going to look at these two cards together. Processing acceptance first. Acceptance is accepting that you have everything that you need right now. Your mind might be convincing you, your ego might be convincing you that that's not the case. I certainly was having a moment of doubt when I was upstairs thinking, oh my goodness, little clairaudient ding there. Having a moment of, I don't have everything I need to get ready to do this video. And yet the angels kept reassuring me, yes you do. And of course, they were right. So accepting that whatever you think is missing from your life is not missing from your life. You don't need it, whatever that is. So really moving into the amethyst wings card is taking that message of acceptance and internalizing it through gratitude. In other words, accepting you have everything that you need, and then getting quiet and moving so deep with that sense of gratitude, that it's all good, that everything that you have is perfect, is whole, is complete. And if when something is missing from your life, it will show up exactly when you need it. Not a moment before and not a moment too late either. This is a very difficult message for the ego to process a lot of times, because we can look at our neighbors, we can look at our friends, family, whoever, and say, well, geez, they have that. Why don't I have that? I want that. You know, we're such a society of I want that. And this is a message for you that you do have what you need. And it's perfect. So rather than being in that space of, well, geez, you know, I want that stuff, be in that space and ask your angels to help you move into that space of being so deeply grateful for everything that you do have. Just to finish up here for you, I suggest adopting some kind of a mantra that feels really yummy to you, and you can recite it as you're sitting quietly, just as this amethyst wings beautiful angel is, or just use it out and about during your day. I have what I need exactly when I need it. My angels are always supporting me and providing for me in all ways good. The angels are giving me the all clear, that we got everything that we needed to out of this video, praying that you feel the same. And remember that, of course, you must trust your own intuition. So whatever messages that you are receiving on top of what came through here, own it, take it, and know that it's right. As long as it's coming from that place of unconditional love, that's the hallmark of our angels, you know it's good. With that, I wish you all a beautiful blessed holiday of light. Be well, my loves. Until next time.